I recognize this assassin.
Oh no.
Where's my father? Take this miserable sin into the company.
1950, somewhere above the high Balkan flatlands, arms dealer Anatol Zalzal is on board his private plane when his assistant is suddenly blown up by a bomb. A hole opens in the plane, sending it down. After an argument with the pilot, Zalzal ejects the man and takes the plane down into a cornfield. Although presumed dead at first, Zalzal is quickly shown to be alive in front of a news crew. In his brief moment of unconsciousness, Zalzal finds himself in the afterlife being judged by a group of individuals. A secret organization, led by a man called Excalibur, reports on Zalzal's shady business deals. He is nicknamed Mr. 5% due to his practices and is also on the hook for such crimes as tax evasion, profiteering, price fixing, and bribery. This has also made Zalzal the target of various governments around the globe, leading to multiple failed assassination attempts. The organization's goal is to bring down Zalzal's enterprise once and for all. Zalzal returns home to meet with his estranged daughter, a nun named Liesel. He also has 9 other sons that he barely sees. Zalzal asks Liesel to help take over his business as he starts to gather his plans for the Phoenician Scheme, his plot to take over other businesses in Phoenicia by using slave labor, all of which are documented and kept in little shoeboxes. Liesel is apprehensive to work alongside her father due to his long-standing absence, him leaving her at the convent at the age of 5, and the rumors that Zalzal murdered her mother, which he denies. They are also joined by Bjorn, a Norwegian tutor who is Zalzal's new administrative assistant. Zalzal makes Bjorn go through a polygraph test, which he passes. Liesel reluctantly joins Zalzal as they begin to put the plans into motion. Bjorn helps Liesel take care of her brothers, while Zalzal suggests that his brother, Nubar, is the true culprit behind the murder of Liesel's mother. While writing to the Mother Superior about her experiences, Liesel notes that God is absent from Zalzal's life. Meanwhile, Excalibur makes it so that the price of Zalzal's materials, specifically bashable rivets, goes up significantly. This forces Zalzal to move up his plans.
Wake up. The new plane is on the tarmac. We're leaving in 10 minutes.
What?
Shoebox, one of Prince Farak and the Sacramento Consortium. The organization knows that Zalzal is going to meet with other conspirators to reduce the gap in his enterprise by traveling to specific areas in Phoenicia. He goes with Liesel and Bjorn to the side of a train tunnel, where another group of gunmen arrive to try and kill Zalzal. They are saved by Prince Farak and his bodyguard. In the tunnel, the group meets with financier brothers Leland and Reagan. They are not happy that Zalzal fiddled with their contract to increase their contributions to the project without discussing with them. In order to settle the dispute, Zalzal challenges them to a game of horse against him and Farak, who is inexperienced with basketball. Meanwhile, Liesel drinks beer for the first time with Bjorn, who seems to have a romantic attraction toward her. The men are tied near the end of the game, but Farak scores a winning shot off-screen and the deal with Leland and Reagan is resolved. Shoebox 2, Marseille Bob and the New York Syndicate. In another afterlife vision, Zalzal sees himself confronted by his 3 wives. He presents them with the deer carcass and cuts it open, letting corn spill out. Liesel's mother tells Zalzal that she is not his daughter. On the plane to their next destination, Liesel observes a picture of Nubar and sees they have the same eyes. Zalzal, Liesel, and Bjorn travel to meet with Marseille Bob in his nightclub.
Oh dear.
How much time does this have?
18 minutes.
Perfectly fine. We land in 10.
He is not happy that Zalzal is trying to blackmail him and agreeing to cover his share of the gap.
Well, anyway, you're wrong about my handwriting.
In the middle of their discussion, gunfire breaks out as a guerrilla unit, led by Sergio, comes to rob the place.
It's too much. Why are you shooting my ceiling?
Bob comes out to chide them for shooting up the ceiling. Zalzal steps in to resolve the issue and ends up taking a bullet meant for Bob, which is slowed down thanks to some bills on Zalzal's person. Bob digs the bullet out and is thankful to Zalzal for saving his life, which convinces Bob to cover the gap. Zalzal is later taken to meet with another conspirator, Marty, for a blood transfusion.
Don't ask me to cover the gap, man. I know about the bashable rivets.
Of course not. This is just a symbolic meeting. It's a formality.
During the exchange, Zalzal tells Liesel that he feels somewhat responsible for her mother's death since he had told Nubar, who also had an affair with her, that she was sleeping with his executive assistant as payback for her sleeping with other men, and this led to Nubar having both of them killed. He also admits he is still doing business with Nubar. Liesel asks Zaza if he ever really loved her mother, and he admits he did not, so she slaps him. She only chooses to continue on the venture to see that Nubar is brought to justice. Zaza and Marty also argue when Zaza presents him with a business agreement, except he fiddled with it as well.
How dare you! You liar! Somebody's gotta help me! You think you had the gall and the guts to get away with it?
Zaza then forces Marty to agree to his terms by taking out a grenade and pulling the pin out. They have a laugh, and Marty relents. Shoebox 3, cousin Hilda, and the Utopian outpost. The trio go to visit Zaza's second cousin Hilda for the proposition that she marries Zaza since Hilda holds some stake in the court family fortune. She doesn't want to, but Zaza begs for her help. Hilda finally gives in, but she will not help cover the gap. Shoebox 3.5 Emergency Directive. While on their next flight, Zaza finds that the pilot has been poisoned, and a fighter jet is ready to shoot them down.
I think I recognize that assassin too. He used to work for me also.
The plane crashes in the forest, where it is revealed that Bjorn is an American spy named Agent Carson who works for Excalibur, and that he has been working against Zaza, but he wants to switch sides since he has fallen for Liesel. Zaza attacks Bjorn, who prefers that name but is quickly knocked back. Zaza ends up falling in quicksand moments later, but Bjorn rescues him after a kiss from Liesel. Zaza sees himself in the afterlife again talking to God. The trio set up camp for the night. They bond over having unpleasant childhoods, which explains why Zaza has not shown his own family love and has just made up for it with money. Liesel wants to leave the family business and go back to the church. Moments later, they are found by Sergio and his party, who take them away on their plane.
What's your connection to the company?
I pretend to be his administrative secretary, but actually, in fact, I'm a spy for the United States government.
The group returns home, where Liesel meets with Mother Superior. She tells Liesel that perhaps she was not destined for the religious life and dismisses her from the convent. During dinner, Zaza explains how the other investors are going to meet at the Desert Palace Hotel to witness a presentation of the Phoenician Scheme.
Another shoebox.
This one's older. Supposedly a reliquary of our family history. Sealed half a score ago by my father's notary.
He sets the rest of his plans into motion, which includes moving up his marriage to Hilda. Shoebox 4, Uncle Nubar in the corridor reliquary. Zaza, Liesel, Bjorn, and Sergio ride an elevator to meet with Nubar.
I recognize this assassin.
Oh no. Suicide pedal.
The three proceed to meet with Nubar in his study. On the matter of Liesel's mother, Nubar denies being her father but says that the affair between her and the executive assistant was true, meaning that man was probably Liesel's real father. Before going to give the presentation, Zaza decides to close the gap himself, which would bankrupt him, but he has decided to change his ways for good, which includes paying his employees. Nubar later reveals that he was indeed trying to have Zaza killed. The two engage in a fight.
I won't die. I never do.
Which ends when Nubar unsuccessfully tries to hit Zaza with a poison capsule, only for him to get hit with it instead. Zaza runs back out with the other conspirators, and a robber Nubar stands on top of a model of the quarter down with a grenade. However, Nubar cannot throw the grenade, either because of the poison or because of a sudden change of heart isn't clear, and he blows himself up. One last afterlife vision shows Zaza and Liesel working together, as she has now accepted him as her father. Shoebox 5 shares Zaza. With his business gone, Zaza and Liesel work together to operate a small restaurant. Liesel writes one moral letter to Mother Superior to discuss what happened to everyone else. Her brothers are finally getting the love and attention they deserve. Bjorn/Carson leaves his agency and takes a teaching position at a nearby school. Hilda annulled her marriage to Zaza and started her own camp. She gave the ring back, which Bjorn is using to propose to Liesel, who accepts. When the workday is over, Zaza and Liesel play cards downstairs together.
You say yes?
On a trial basis.